All right. It's early in the morning. I just woke up. 6:25. I'm actually recording on my tablet because I need to use my phone so I can actually look at these photos that I'm about to tell you about. But let me give you some advice. If you are a man and you are looking to move from where you're at, don't come to Virginia. Do not come to Virginia. Virginia is absolutely one of the worst states to live in, believe it or not. Even though it probably ranks high for tourism, it's actually a horrible state. And there are many other states like this. Um, Here's some advice: before you plan on moving somewhere, um, go there for the weekend. Go to it. Well, after at least after this fucking coronavirus shit is over, because this coronavirus stuff is kind of in the way. But go to a bar or a club. Actually, go to two different bars and two different clubs that night, and see whether or not there are more women in these bars and clubs than men. If you are in a area where there is more women than men, your options for dating are going to be excellent because there's not going to be enough competition, whereas there's not enough men around that have to compete for a woman. Now, Virginia, on the other hand, is a state where there's more men there than women. And how do I know that? Because every fucking bar or club that you go to, it is mostly men and a few women. I've probably said that before in one of these videos. I can't remember which one, but yeah, you go to a bar, it's like 80% men, 20% women, and you don't know if these chicks are married, dating somebody, fucking somebody, even though they're not in a relationship, they're still fucking somebody. Or you don't know if they're bisexual or lesbians, and you don't want to be in that area because it will be difficult as hell to find a woman of your own. Anyway, let me get to the point of this video. So I've been using the dating app Hinge, which I thought was better than most of these dating apps, but in reality, it's really not. I've matched with a few girls up there, and this one girl in particular I matched with. Let me find this shit. It's on the gallery. So we match. She hits me up first. Of course, I respond. Hey, how you doing? Whatever, whatever. You know, I'm good. Well, first she asked me, how I was doing. I was like, I'm good. Then she said she was good. And me, I like to probe when I talk to women. I like to ask a lot of questions because if you don't ask questions, you'll never know what's going on. Even though a lot of women are very secretive and they lie a lot. You can usually catch them in the lie if you ask them multiple questions, and you can tell they're fucking lying because their answers won't make any sense. But when I talk to a girl, I like to ask. Well, I actually been doing this a lot more now than before. It seems to me like a lot of women in this state, and which state I'm in Virginia. A lot of them seem to talk to multiple guys at one time. And how can I tell that? Because let's say something happens and we stop talking. A week later, she's in a relationship with another guy. Or we are talking and then all of a sudden she's in a relationship with another guy. And the funny thing about these women is they're not really picking quality guys. The guy's either a fucking drug addict or in fucking prison or got mad kids and no fucking car or abusive. They're really not picking quality men. Women, I guess in the MGTOW community, a lot of men think these women are getting Chads and Tyrones. No, they're not getting Chads and Tyrones because they're not that great looking. It's rare that I see a woman that's over a fucking 8 when I go out. I think I've only seen 2 really good looking chicks. One was in Target. That bitch, oh my God, she had a fat ass. And this other chick, and they're both white. They were both white. This other chick, she had a fat ass too. I saw her at Chick-fil-A. And I think they were in the 9s and 10s. And how often do I see 9s and 10s in this state? Not too often. But anyway, I asked this chick, hey, are you single? Because it seems like a lot of women have a man. Yada, 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 yada. That's what the picture's on the screen. You can read, I'm sure. But of course she says, yeah, I'm single. And when I ask a chick if she's single, I'm asking, like, are you emotionally invested in someone? Are you physically invested in somebody? Because I honestly don't want to talk to chicks that are invested in someone because I already know how it's going to go. I don't mind. And like, look, if you're dating somebody else, cool. But the moment you get emotionally invested in a man, it's a wrap. You could probably get in if she's fucking somebody else because there's no emotional investment there. But it's still kind of a sketchy situation. So I really don't like to deal with females that are fucking other dudes. But anyway, me being the great private investigator that I am. Well, actually, she doesn't really respond that much on the app. So I gave her my phone number. She never texted me. That's another thing too. These girls that are on these apps and they're taking days to respond, they got a fucking man. Because if you're single and you're actively searching for somebody, you're not gonna take days to fucking respond. Okay, keep that in mind. But I asked her if she was single. She said yeah, she was single. She was taking too long to respond, so I said fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna add her on her Facebook. Add her on her Facebook, and I see a picture of her and this dude taking pictures. The dude is obviously fucking locked up. Like I said before, the women in this state, they don't upgrade. They either date sideways or they date down because they're really not that attractive for them to even get a Chad and Tyrone. And they're probably single fucking mothers. They probably got a bullshit ass job. So it's not like they're meeting quality men on a regular basis anyway. So I added her to Facebook, saw that picture, and I look at the comments. And this one girl asked, is that your new boo? And her response, not new girl, just patiently waiting for him. So when I asked you if you were single, and these comments were 3 weeks ago. So when I asked her if she was single, she said yes, she was. Go on her Facebook, pictures with another dude. I'm kind of glad that we haven't been talking on a regular basis because maybe I would have started, getting my hopes up and shit. But now I'm going to really have to play this game a lot differently, I'm not one of these dudes that be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't have no fucking emotions. I don't have no feelings. I'm not really like that, It might seem like I am, but I'm not, So now I'm just going to have to play shit from a distance. I'm basically just going to have to tell chicks straight up, like, look, like, I'm not looking for nothing serious because I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. And if they can't understand that shit, it's probably because they got a fucking man. So, but it is what it is. It's just another tale from my life in using dating apps. Also, by the way, fellas, this coronavirus, this is actually the perfect storm for men because a lot of women are out of work and a lot of women are hurting because, a lot of women work in the service industry. And all these women that have been, over the years saying, oh, they don't need a man. They can do it all by themselves. They hurting now because they're out of work and they ain't got no fucking man to take care of them. Of course, they got their little simps and orbiters that'll, throw them a couple bucks here and there. But after this shit is over, I think women are going to definitely change their tune a little bit as far as especially if you're a man and you're still working in this storm right now. It's the perfect storm because now women will have to realize again that maybe they do need men more than they think because you still working, you still bringing in money. Of course, there are some females that are still working, but in the service industry, like these restaurants and shit, these strippers, they are hurting bad. And a lot of them now are on Tinder selling their Snapchat premiums and shit, which I don't fucking buy because I'm not an ugly dude and I wish girls would understand that shit. But, take advantage of it, man. All right? Peace.